My name is Myriam and I am the owner at Aloha Yoga and Hula, which is a yoga studio and Polynesian dance studio, basically Hawaiian and Tahitian dances. I started as a dancer when I was 4 years old, and I took several dances, not the Polynesian. I was taking flamenco and jazz and traditional regional like folklorico, and I continued to do my dances. And I believe at age 10, I found this Cuban teacher in Mexico. For some reason, Hawaiian dances and Tahitian dances are quite big in Mexico, especially towards the center of the country. So I started taking classes with her and completely fell in love with the classes that she was teaching me. And then when I was about 24 years old, I opened my first studio in Sonora, and I started teaching that, the Hawaiian, jazz, Tahitian, and that's when I started learning belly dance. I occasionally teach belly dance sessions here, and I began doing mild yoga, like mostly floor yoga, yin yoga, restorative. And after that, I moved here to Tempe first, and I took a training to actually become a yoga instructor and I opened in Maricopa. I lived in Maricopa for about 8 years, and it was called Hula Dance Studio. And then I moved here to Chandler in 2014 and opened again. This is just something that is passionate for me. It just brings me joy. Like the dance is just something that I love. It makes me happy. But I never really thought that this would transform my students in so many ways and also build so many beautiful bonds among them, friendships, and also between them and myself. I don't have family here, and they've always been like family to me. There's a lot of online teaching now, so I think that has to change. You know, there's a lot of online teaching where you can reach more people, right? Even some local people that can make it to the class or whatever. I think that's a great thing, like everything that is social media. I think it also changed the way the advertisement goes for businesses. At some point I did magazines and those coupons, door-to-doors, like all those things. I never really found them very effective, to be honest, at least not for my business. I think for me personally, it has helped a lot to have social media presence. I think I didn't expect in my personal journey, I opened as a yoga studio. That was my goal. I barely had any dance classes when I started, so I definitely was not expecting the response that I have had, especially here with the Polynesian dances, because they're dances from Hawaii and Tahiti, and we don't have a beach here. There is Polynesian people here, and of course a lot of people travel to Hawaii, and you know they know about the culture, the existence of the islands and all those things, but I wasn't expecting that turn. And I'm grateful though that I was able to transition. I also didn't expect yoga in general to boom like it's right now, where it's everywhere. When it comes to bookkeeping and stuff like that, I like numbers. I'm an industrial engineer. I actually never really work as an industrial engineer, but I like that. So I kind of keep my own. I don't have any like employees. It's just me. My daughter helps me a lot, but it's kind of like simple. Like I don't feel I have to do like a lot of stuff, to be honest. But for cleaning, yeah, we used to clean at the very beginning when we opened like 6 years ago. It was so exhausting, like doing all the physical work and trying to clean up after, and and then going home, I'm a mom too, so like going home and doing all the mom stuff, so it was just like a little too much. So right now it's like clean and good. I just come and do my thing, and then I can focus on other things, because I also do like my advertisement and my social media. I have paid in the past, but I feel that they didn't, it's not that they weren't good, it's just their heart was not in there, their passion, the words that they were writing, you know. So I like to be very personalized, and I think that's one of the things that separates me from other places. I really care about the people as much as I can. What will bring you success? It's what's your passion, what's ever in your heart. I have this like company that right now it's like put on the side, but I do organic products, like skincare products that are all organic and they're vegan, and that's one of my other passions, right? So I think what really makes your heart happy, if you truly do that, you can start. Definitely, like, I would check other businesses. What are they doing? Not necessarily to copy, but just to check. I would definitely make numbers. You definitely have to sit down and make numbers, like actually how much every single thing is gonna cost you, and see what are you gonna do. Like if you're gonna get a loan, if you're not gonna get a loan, like if you have some money saved, that's quite important. I also believe you have to have like a plan, like scenarios, like what happens if nobody comes. The first year at my yoga studio, nobody came. It was quite bad. I'm not even kidding. Like nobody would show up. They didn't know what it was. My name is Aloha Yoga and Hula, and people didn't understand. Like I had people coming to ask me if it was hula hooping. They thought it was yoga with dance mixed in. Like for a long time, like people, like that first year was not very good. I wouldn't recommend quitting your job and just like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be successful, unless you feel really, really extremely confident and you have a lot of experience in that, because you have to be resilient. Like there are gonna be days that you're just gonna be like, what did I just do? And you just want to run home and you can't, right? Because you have your lease to pay. I mean, like you have the people coming in. If you're doing a business that will require stock, like, I mean, it's a lot of, it's doable, definitely doable, but I would take it with like calm. Like if you're just rushing over it and thinking that you're gonna make money the next day, it's not gonna happen. It's very, very unlikely. You really have to sit down and prepare. I would go to, if you can go physically to other businesses and observe what are they offering, how are they set up, like all of that. You need to know your niche. If you don't know who is going to be your clientele and you don't know your clientele, most likely you're going to fail, unfortunately, because you need to know, like, I didn't know who was my clientele, to be honest, because anybody can take yoga, for example, or anybody can take dance. But when I did this in Mexico, I had mostly teenagers. Here, I barely have teenagers. It's like adults or kids. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But that's what my niche is. It's like females of a certain age. And I mean, I have some guys, but there are not that many. And so I think you have to really get to know your client and their needs. Like what are they need? But definitely it has to be something that is going to be a passion for you, keep you motivated, because you're gonna find like lots of rocks and mountains and whatever, and you have to really keep your eyes on the goal without feeling drained. Once you're drained and this becomes a chore, you're doomed for failure for sure. I think the hardest part, to be honest, has been keeping your personal life aside, because I have gone through like trials, just as we all do, but I mean, you have to be prepared. Like for example, if in my case I had like several memberships canceled sometimes, like why, I don't know. It was a period, especially around summer, like people went on vacations, for example, and I would get like boom, and it's like you still have your employees, if you have any, you still have to pay them, you still have to pay yourself, you also want to go on vacation, so it's like what do you do, and the clients are still coming and you just have to be there smiling, like it's doing those things. Also, as a mom, my kids are older and very independent, but they're still kids that are at home. So when they were sick, things like that, like you have to keep going. You can't just be calling and like, oh, I'm not going to teach today, I'm not going to go today. Like, you have to keep going because your life as you are continues. If you experience death, bankruptcy, divorce, whatever, depression, whatever it is, I think that's one of the hardest things because you still have to keep your eye on the ball, and that's mainly what has been the most challenging for myself. If you really have a dream, and how are you going to know if it's just a dream and you're just not excited for today? It's just something that you're going to feel in your heart, in your mind, like over and over and over, and it's just going to make you vibrate with it. Like, I don't know, like when you fall in love with somebody and it's just like, you gotta have that person and that's your person and blah, 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 and the time passes and that's still your person. That's how it is. You wanna, because you're gonna marry your business basically, right? So I think that's it. Don't give up. And another important thing that I can say personally, don't go for the money, but don't understand this wrong. It doesn't mean that you don't want money. I want money, you want money, everybody wants money because this is the way life works, right? We have to pay our bills and eat and whatever. But if you're like, I'm gonna do all this so I can get money, I don't think that's gonna work. You have to do that because it's enriching your own life. Like personally, it's making you grow, and also you have to think of your clientele. What are you bringing as a service to others? If you're just thinking of sucking in, it's not going to work for you as well. You have to be thinking both ways, right? Like they pay me because I'm offering such a great service.